Okay, so welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you. This is our fourth speaker this week. We're here joined by Dasha, known as Dasha Art. I guess Dasha's work came across me through social media. I guess, like most people, we're finding new friends or new collaborators or colleagues via social media platforms. So, it's a great space for us to sort of reach out to other creatives to give opportunities and find out about how people are working in the industry today. So we're lucky we're here with Dasha. And I guess before we start, Dasha, what would be really nice to hear from you is just your introduction into the journey that you've started. So how did you get there and tell us a little bit about your journey?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi everyone. And firstly, I want to say thank you so much. I'm really glad that I'm here, and I really appreciate this opportunity of sharing my experience and my thoughts overall about the industry. So yeah, first things first, a little bit about myself and my journey. Um, Uh, I'd say that whole my life I thought that I'm a financial nerd, and I got a degree in economics and finance, and even landed a job in a consulting firm. But when I got pregnant with my first child, I realized that I'm more than just 5 by 7 work schedule, and I'm really like creative person, and I just started exploring what can I be good at, and I actually started from abstract art, and you can see some of my works from like 5 years ago period. Yeah, I experienced with different mediums like inks, acrylics. I made collages, and then I switched to uh, painting tiles, and I made like a really beautiful mural framed with painted tiles with ornaments. Um, yeah, but when I again got pregnant with my already third child, I have 3 kids. Uh, um, it was kind of not really convenient to stay with abstract art, with large scale works. And I just exploring again, and I got that um, I want to stay with the art, and want to have a career and as an artist, but maybe like in a different direction. And I remembered my passion of fashion illustration, and I attended a master class like 10 years ago in Moscow. It was a master class of one of the Russian uh, fashion illustrator. And I just started sketching like every day. I was absorbing like different courses, different materials, some basic stuff. Um, and I purchased the like a big digital illustration course by one of the Russian artists. And I was a really good student, so I did all the homeworks in time. I built my portfolio, and I uploaded it on an Upwork. It's a website for freelancers, and I just started getting some jobs, um, some some different types of jobs, but I was so surprised. It was a feeling that um, I just learned something, and I can I can just get paid, and it was a it was a sign for me, like really motivational, and it's a sign that I'm in the right way. Um, but thankfully, to my uh, analytical financial background, I understood that to have a career in this industry, I need something more, and I started exploring again, and In that period of time, I um, find out that there is a thing. Um, I mean, live sketching, and I just started exploring about live sketching and what is that, how other artists working in this industry, especially in the United States, because I live in the United States. And I just start sketching like every day because you can be good at illustration, portraits, whatever, but fast sketching, like it's a different skill. You need to practice, and you need to practice like every day um, to have like a muscle memory. Uh, and I just start sketching every day. Yeah, first time it was awful, but several months after I started getting some decent sketches, and I found a local agency in Austin, Texas, and I got interviewed with them, and several months after I got my first job with them. And I still work. I still working with them for 2 years, but also I have my own website, my own clients, um, and built my like brand identity because in this industry and overall as an artist, you kind of need to have your own voice, own unique style and brand identity to be like really successful in this field. Yep, and several months after I got my first luxury client, it was Tiffany, and working with luxury clients is a little bit different because you need to be like really creative um, in different ways. I'd say because when you work at like regular events, weddings or there's corporate events, you mostly like taking photos of the people and work from photos or work from real real life posing. But when you work with luxury clients, um, most of the times you don't see this client. You just get photos from sales associates, and this can be like really different photos. Sometimes it can be like really weird, and you need to be like really creative um, to make like a good sketch, good artwork for the clients from the reference you have. Uh, so it's a little bit different, yes. And I work with Tiffany, Gucci, name and markers this way, um, and also with Canvas Code. So it's a story. It's a story about my journey, and I feel that yes, I'm mostly mature as an life of an artist than an illustrator because when I'm busy with the events, I don't really have time to develop myself as an artist and make my own projects. Um, and yeah, my main priority is events, but I also like in a transition period of finding myself in like a second and third stream um, with other type of projects. And then a little bit about my style, my tools I use. Um, So I prefer to be like a timeless, elegant, and mostly minimalistic style.
Dasha,
Yeah.
the screen isn't sharing. I'm going to unshare and then I'll
Uh-huh.
reshare. Um, yeah, if you unshare your screen, because I think I might have pinned you. I'm
Okay.
I'm just trying to check because I can only see. And then if you reshare, I'm gonna. So I don't want you to not see your screen.
So I just stopped sharing.
Stop sharing for the moment, and then I see you're nice and sharp now. Right. So let's try sharing again. Your screen,
Okay.
and then rotate the screen. That's it. Perfect.
Nice. Okay. So mostly I use watercolors, pencils, and charcoal to have a little bit of like a vintage vibe. And I um, try to uh, pay attention more to face features, face details, than like skin tone. So I skip the skin tone to have more time to draw like face features. Um, yeah. On this slide, yeah, I say that I envision live sketching is not like a fun activity, um, but mostly is a like sophisticated type of entertainment, and the artwork works like, people can cherish forever, and not just artworks but also a connection with an artist, and this uh, experience overall is also meaningful for people. I see this, and uh, to uh, to get this cohesive look and um, lasting impression. Um, I prepare for several hours for every event. So I practice before the event to um, to have like smooth lines, smooth fast lines from first sketch. Also, I try to find the right outfit. Depends on events and most of the times I do in meditation to get in the right mood in like positive energy. Um, because the life nature of events and nature of like connecting with people, you need to be like in the right mood like every time at the event. It doesn't matter if you have like several events in a week. um, and also considering these some of my tools I use. Uh, I prefer to use high quality materials, and not just art materials, but also setup materials. I mean, I avoid using plastic things and mostly use ceramics, metal or glass to have this kind of neat, clean look with a little bit of luxury feel. Yeah, this one of the photos of the event I had. It was a wedding. Here is the video. Okay, here is some of my works from Tiffany and Gucci. I do live portraits sometimes, so I did that for Redken in the Little Words project and for Kenner's Court as well. So here in the slide, some of my clients. So, and now you can see some of my digital illustrations. So the first one, this black woman with curly hair, was honored to be in a short list of FIda Awards like several years ago. And in my digital illustrations, I also prefer to using watercolors, digital watercolors, charcoal, pencils, and also abstract elements and collages. So here you see the one of my digital illustration of Jason Wu collection with a abstract circle and portrait one of the model. Sometimes I do abstract works of like my interpretation, my vision of the collection, but in an abstract way, because I start from with abstract art, and I think in my heart I'm an abstract artist, and I try to incorporate in my illustrations. So here you can see some bullet points. I highlighted about the fashion illustration in industry, why the fashion illustration exists, but one important thing I would like to say that we live in a digital world today, so we live in an AI era, and things are changing very, very fast. And I see the illustrations and fashion illustration as well as like an opposite thing to expanding AI. So I mean that mass market brands. I'm pretty sure that they're going to use AI because it's convenient, it's fast, it's cheaper, but opposite this type of service, this type of results. connecting with an artist, working with an artist, collaborate with illustrators, is a it's kind of a luxury. So it's so not everybody can afford it, and it's not for everybody. And the luxury brands, I think, gonna use artists more because it will be like more like unique story. And maybe you noticed that luxury brands um, start sharing the process more nowadays, not just the final result, but the process from starting from the sketch. And it's a really good sign. And our job, I think, is not just uh, not just delivering the final result, but showing the process, showing like behind the scenes, and its value like more and more nowadays to share this energy, to share behind the scene process, and I think luxury brands understand it. So yeah, and yes, it's a very competitive field, and you really need to have your own voice, own unique style to be competitive on the market. And yeah, it's kind of a time we need to work hard um, to be visible, to be noticeable on this market. And this is a story about the energy. So people people need people, and I see at live events they become more popular every year. Um, I mean, live artists, and because of like people really appreciate these connections, not just final results, final works, but connection with an artist. And this is meaningful thing, and I don't know, but I feel that I'm in the right way. Right now, I'm in the live event world, and yeah. Also, yeah, that's actually pretty much I wanted to say. So if you have
Good.
any questions,
If you want to stop sharing your screen, Dasha, so we can see you.
okay.
Uh, and then we've got a nice, yeah, stop sharing. No, I'll pin you again. Ah, there you go. You're nice and sharp. Yeah, so I guess thanks for sharing your insight because I know you do lots of live events, and it's interesting because a lot of people that we, I guess, see or work with, um, I, I guess I'm just going to turn on my screen. Yeah, so a lot of people that we work with, they've come from finance. So
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing a lot of people who've come from finance and they're shifting and they tend to be like you and a lot of mums. So we're seeing lots of mums who don't have that opportunity to do a job all the time. So they find other areas, and we've interviewed lots of people that are mums, and they say, fitting it into my diary, the live events really works. And they tend to be people like you who've been from finance, and then they can't or lawyers who can't dedicate all their time to their profession. So, and they have an interest in the creative world, so they kind of shift. And the really nice thing that you were talking about is you aligned your knowledge for finance to the creative industry because a lot of a big problem we notice a lot of is a lot of illustrators don't like talking about money. And
Hmm.
if you don't like talking about money, you won't make money. And part of being a freelancer or a person who wants to survive has to be able to talk about money, earn money, not be frightened of it. You deserve to earn the money because you're working hard. Um, and also, live events at the moment is the most lucrative business for illustrators, creatives, artists. As far as I can see, return on investment and time.
Hmm.
If you think of it, editorial work, you could spend half a week, three or 4 days on one editorial and be paid £300,
Hmm.
where you could do one live event for a luxury brand and be paid £2,000. So if you look at the difference, obviously you have to turn up to the live event, you have to perform, and you are a performer, and it has to go nicely. But if you look at the difference of earning capacity from live event to editorial, editorial just in theory, we should just give it to AI and let AI have editorial stuff because it's not really worth it anyway. It's going down and down and down. And unless magazines, because magazines don't earn a lot of money neither, so they really can't pay that. They can't pay the money. And I noticed a lot of ad agencies, they use stock images. So stock images have been used for a long time. So using AI stock, it doesn't really matter. It's more or less the same. So like you were saying, this desire for people that can draw, I think the live events is the perfect timing because it really says turn up, show us what you can do, and we'll pay you because you're going to perform like as if you play a violin or an instrument. Your instrument is a pencil. Um, and I guess that's sort of where we are. And I know because we have lots of sort of members and illustrators who are doing live events, and America seems to be a place that's really buzzing for live events. Whether that's like some of the illustrators I know, they've never been busier. They're working nearly every day and all weekends at Macy's, at different stores. They're learning how to do inscribing onto glass. Um, and also, I liked what you said about being professional, having that professional approach, and thinking about your setup. That was quite nice, where you spoke about using glass as your palette to work on to draw off. I think them little details when you go to an event. I remember when I did my first live event many years ago, and it was for either Selfridges or one of them companies. And it was it must have been in the beginning of when live events really wasn't a thing. And when I went to that event, I got three other jobs in one night. So usually when you're working live, lots of other jobs happen. So being like you, being professional, fun, approachable, happy, professional, looking the part as well. I
Hmm.
see many of the illustrators, especially mainly because it's mainly females, what they're wearing, the whole experience becomes part of the dynamic. Hopefully there's a big budget in the end for buying new clothes because I can imagine, like my wife or anybody getting dressed and buying uh, what outfits you're going to wear and the whole approach to it because that's part of the program um, is really nice. So I guess it's really good to hear your journey and to see where you've got to, and I've kind of followed what you've been doing. Is there because you said something else, and we had another illustrator like you who really loved abstract art, who was a live event illustrator, and now I know she's doing an MA at the Royal College in fine art. So, do you ever think in time you might do more abstract stuff as well?
I have an idea of doing collages, uh, uh, which is it'll be like combination of illustrations. I mean, it's collages on paper, not in digital. Of combination of abstract interpretations of, as I say, like um, abstract interpretation of the collection or of the dress, for example, and combine it with like different pieces uh, of the collection, and all of that together, like in a framed one artwork, but in the form of collage. So yes, I have an idea of doing that.
And will you show that in a gallery or in a hotel or where? Where do you think you could show it?
um, it will be good at maybe hotels, right? I'm not sure right now. Maybe it's just for private collections also. So like a good thing for private collections. I'm not sure right now. I need to firstly
Yeah, no,
do that. And
it's interesting to hear because we see people doing different things and moving from traditional illustration to art, traditional illustration to ceramics, and they kind of shift about. Um, One experience I had was, I'd worked as a sort of, I guess, a fashion artist, illustrator for many years, and I had lots of exhibitions and I sold lots of work. And then, funnily enough, like you, I went quite arty, and then I had an exhibition, and no one understood the exhibition because I went to the other way, where I went really arty, and I think everybody turned up and was really confused. And it was an experience. So a little lesson learned for you maybe as well is when people are used to what you do, they kind of expect it, and when they turn up and you give them something different, they can't connect the dots, and they like, have you gone mad? What's happened, and you also don't sell anything. So it's a you have to kind of understand your audience all the time, and I
Mhm.
think that's quite an important one. But it's great to hear about your live events, and it's lovely to see you on here and have a chat, and we want to keep these short and sweet and nice because everyone's busy. But it's great to have you on here and see you and hear from you and see your journey. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, thank
and
you to me.
yeah, and keep up the great work. And you're working for lots of brands, and it's great to see. And it's great to see. What I really am happy about is it's great to see these luxury brands not being so snobby and opening up the doors to people to draw at live events. Like I must admit, I'm really shocked that they're allowing so many people in, because usually luxury brands are like this and it's very curated. Where now they're really opening up the doors and they're like having pop-up events and live illustration here, and there's lots of activations happening for brands like Tiffany and all these different brands. So it's so nice to see them opening the space and bringing in people and raising them up, because when you draw for a brand like Tiffany, one, it creates new opportunities for you, and secondly, it gives you an insight into a luxury brand's mindset.
Yeah.
And you talked about it a little bit, where you said about working for weddings and all these is one experience, but working for a luxury brand is a whole different experience, from how it's planned to how you present yourself. It's a different.
Yeah, and yeah, sketching also is different because references you can expect what you get as an
Yeah, yeah.
experience.
And they kind of prepare everything and then they go, okay, here it is, and get on with it. And you have to kind of make magic, even out of the worst stuff from social media or wherever it comes from, a little dot, and you're like, oh my God, how am I meant to fix that? So, they're expecting that you can wave a wand and perform magic, but that's your job.
Yeah, yeah, and I like it.
And you like it, which is good. So, Dasha, thank you for your time. It's
Thank
lovely to see you, and it's great to see your work. And it was a lovely experience. And thank you. And we'll share it on YouTube, and I'll send you some links. And thank you so much for your time.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.